page contains a grid where previous years of organic nutrient applications must be listed. Manure contains organic forms of nitrogen, which become available over time through the process of mineralization and can be credited toward the nitrogen requirement of the current crop. Manure, sludge, or any other organic source applied to a field in the 2 previous years must be listed on the history page. For a 2016 plan, the history years include 2015 and 2014. Nitrogen credits will be calculated based on the published mineralization rates of the particular material. Any credits available to the current crop will be displayed in the upper left side of the recommendations page. As the planning year in the scenarios page is advanced, a new blank column is created in the history page to input previous nutrient management information. Previously entered history information from the prior planning year is shifted accordingly to retain chronological order. When you return to the file to update the nutrient management plan for next year, the manure application information you entered this year can be easily transferred to the history page. Complete history data is required if the nutrient management recommendation for the current year is to accurately account for nutrient inputs from previous years. When you open the history page for the first time, you will see the previous 2 years listed. You can enter new history information by selecting the manure type from the drop-down menu. The default yearly nitrogen mineralization rate for that material will automatically populate in the green shaded box. Confirm with the operator that the field did in fact receive manure and the actual amount that was applied. Select the appropriate units for application rate. Then enter total nitrogen, ammonium, and nitrate content from the manure analysis that was done on the material. The available organic nitrogen will be calculated and will appear in the second green shaded box. If an operator uses an organic material that is not listed, you can manually enter the details about the material, including the mineralization rate, by selecting Other. 2 additional types of organic material can have mineralization rate edited manually because of variability in the product. These types are digestate and biochar. Make sure you keep documentation in the client's file of the mineralization rate you choose for these materials. To add multiple manures to a single history year, you must first enter the first manure for that year. To add a second manure, double left-click on the year column heading, and a new column for that year will open. To delete a column for a year, double left-click on the bottom cell of the column, and the column will be removed. Remember to save your work periodically. There is no auto-save feature in NuMan Pro. If you are returning to a file to update it for a new planning year, you can transfer previous manure application data to the history field. Remember to confirm which fields actually received manure and the rate at which the manure was applied. If the farmer followed the plan exactly, you can transfer the manure application data from last year's plan directly into the History tab for this year's plan. First, open the Scenario tab and click History in the lower left to save the primary manure scenario for the current year to the history. Next, update the crop year for next year's plan. In this example, we are updating a 2015 plan for 2016. So we've opened up our plan from 2015, and we click on the History button to transfer 2015's manure data to the History page, while the year on the Scenario page still reads 2015. Next, we will edit the year to read 2016. The 2015 application will now appear on the History page. If the operator applied manure to the field, but at a different rate, you can also edit this entry on the History page to reflect what was actually done.